guys, so today I thought I would do a drugstore makeup starter kit for those of you that are just first starting out with makeup and don't really know the good things at the drugstore, because drugstore tends to be a little bit of hit and miss. I found that these types of videos really helped me out when I was first getting into makeup, so I thought I would film one. These are pretty much just my favourite drugstore products that are like my all-time favourites, and I would recommend trying out if you're first getting into makeup. So I'm going to get straight into it because I have a lot of stuff to talk about. Just side note, I do have normal skin. I don't have any oiliness and I don't really have any dryness, so just keep that in mind when I'm talking about these kind of foundations and stuff. I do know that if you have oily skin or you want a bit of fuller coverage, Revlon Colorstay is perfect for that. The first one is the Bourjois Healthy Mix foundation. It's actually what I'm wearing today. This is a really nice kind of light to medium coverage and it has a really nice dewy finish. It smells like fruit. It is yellow based. It's probably a tiny bit too yellow for me, but I can get away with it when I blend it. The other one I have is the L'Oreal True Match. This is probably like my holy grail foundation from the drugstore. I love this so much. It just pretty much looks like skin. This can be built up to have heavier coverage if that's what you like, or you can apply a really thin layer for lighter coverage. I'd say it's kind of like semi-matte. It's not 100% matte, but it's not dewy either. It's right in the middle, and I really love the finish of this. It is super blendable. It comes in so many different shades, so you're definitely going to find the perfect shade for you. But yeah, those two foundations are what I would recommend. The concealer that I would recommend would be the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind concealer. It comes in a couple different shades. This is hands down my favourite drugstore concealer. So I have the brightening shade, which is really good for counteracting dark circles under your eyes, which I do have because this is kind of like salmon tone, so it's really good for counteracting that. And then they also have just like normal skin tone shades, and I wear the shade Fair, which I find matches my skin tone pretty well. These do normally come with like a sponge tip on them, but I like to rip them off because I find that having a sponge tip soaking up the product isn't that sanitary. So yeah, I just twist it up and then kind of get a bit on my finger or on my brush and then apply it to my face, and I find that's a lot easier. But this has really good coverage. It's super blendable, doesn't crease on me at all, doesn't look dry, flaky, nothing like that. The best, I think, is a translucent powder because it doesn't add cakiness, it doesn't add extra colour, because sometimes with a coloured powder it can turn out a little bit cakey. So I really like the Rimmel Stay Matte powder in translucent. So pretty much I use this just to set my face, and it's not going to add any extra coverage or anything, which I don't really want to add. And for my under eyes, I like to set that area with the e.l.f. High Definition under eye setting powder. This is super finely milled and it is super brightening as well. I'm so paranoid that I have lipstick on my teeth. My favourite one from the drugstore is e.l.f. Eye Primer. I like this more than most of my high-end primers that I have. Pretty much it does the job that a primer should do, so it keeps your eyeshadow from creasing, it makes the colours a lot more vibrant. This one is in the colour Sheer. It's not actually sheer, it's more of like a skin tone. Sometimes I'll wear this on its own when I'm not wearing any other makeup, just to counteract the discoloration on my lid and even everything out. Eyebrows is probably one of the most important things you could do. Like, if you're going to only do a couple steps, eyebrows is going to be one. And this is something that I didn't learn until later on. I wish that I got into eyebrows sooner, but my favourite eyebrow product from the drugstore is the e.l.f. Brow Kit. So they come in a couple different shades. Comes with a little brush, which I don't really use, but pretty much it comes with a powder and a wax. I pretty much only use the wax out of this. This is the medium shade. The powder is kind of too light for my brows, but I really love the wax. It's what I've used on my eyebrows today. You can build it up to be kind of bold, or you can use a little bit and it's really natural, and it just fills them in really well, and because it is a wax it just kind of sets them in place too, so they're not like going everywhere throughout the day. But But yeah, I really love this. Really cheap from the drugstore. You can find this in Kmart in Australia as well. As a cream eyeshadow, I would have to recommend the Maybelline 24 Hour Colour Tattoos. First one is the shade Barely Branded, which is just a really nice kind of neutral champagne colour. I used to use this every single day under my eyeshadow, no matter what eyeshadow I was putting on. Makes a really good base. They don't crease at all. You can wear them alone or with eyeshadow on top of them. The other one I have is Bad to the Bronze. This is my go-to for like if I'm having a lazy eyeshadow day. I just put this all over the lid and then blend it out into the crease, and it looks like you've put a lot of effort into your eyeshadow when you actually haven't. As for powder eyeshadows, I would have to recommend Wet n Wild. They are just so smooth and buttery and creamy and pigmented, and they're just amazing. So I've got the single ones. This is the shade Nutty. It's just a really nice kind of taupe colour. They've also got their 8-pan palettes. This is the Comfort Zone palette, which is just a really good neutral kind of beginner's palette. And then they also have the 3-pan palettes, which this one is Walking on Eggshells. It was the first one I tried from Wet n Wild, and this is like a perfect everyday neutral eye. Not everyone will probably venture into liquid eyeliner first, but I'm going to recommend one anyway. This is pretty much the only liquid liner that I've ever found that I actually like, and it is the Maybelline Master Precise Liner. It's got a really thin tip, and the tip is flexible. It makes it really easy to use. Do a winged liner, all that stuff. And for pencil liner, my favourite would have to be the Rimmel Scandaleyes. I use the black one every single day to line my waterline. Not my waterline, my tight line. These are super pigmented. They're waterproof. So pretty much once they're on, they're not budging. They're not going anywhere. They're super creamy, super pigmented, really long lasting. Probably heard me say this before, my favourite drugstore blushes are the NYX blushes. I have 2 shades that I would recommend when you're first starting out. The first one is the shade Mauve. It's just a really nice kind of like dusty pink colour. Perfect for an everyday look. It's not too over the top, and this is actually what I'm wearing today on my cheeks. And the next one is Mocha, which is kind of like a deeper kind of coral pinky colour. It's got a little bit of a sheen to it, but it's pretty much matte. Yeah, those are the 2 shades that I recommend. Love NYX blushes. They're super long lasting, really pigmented. They blend out really nicely. Love them, and they're super affordable from the drugstore. My favourite one, hands down, is the NYC Sunny Bronzer. It is the perfect shade of bronzer. It is not too orange. It doesn't make you look muddy. It blends out really nicely. I've raved about this heaps on my channel. It's really good if you have fair skin. And it has a really nice big mirror, which is good. Mirrors always come in handy. So I'm going to start off with the lip kind of balm products, and that would have to be the Maybelline Colour Whispers. I love these products. I've got 3 different shades here. The first one I have is Lust for Blush, which is just a really nice neutral everyday colour, would go with every single look. These are really creamy, really pigmented, and really hydrating as well. The next shade I have here is Pink Possibilities, which is just a really nice light bright pink colour. And then probably my favourite out of all of them is this shade in Petal Rebel, which, as you can see, I've used it, probably half of it at least. It's really similar to Pink Possibilities, but a little bit lighter. For lip gloss, I do have more, can't find them at the moment. The NYX Butter Glosses, hands down, my favourite lip gloss of all time. These are the only lip glosses that I wear, actually. This one I have is in Creme Brulee, which is just a really nice kind of pinky nude colour. I also really love Apple Strudel, which is a kind of pinky coral colour. But this one is perfect over like nude lipsticks, light pink lipsticks, all that kind of stuff. They smell like vanilla. Well, they smell amazing. They're not sticky at all. Really pigmented for a gloss, and they're really long lasting as well. And for lipsticks, I had to go with the Milani Colour Statement lipsticks. These pretty much have every single colour in their range that you could ever want. So I'm actually wearing one on my lips right now, and this is the shade 24 in Black Cherry. It's kind of out of my comfort zone. I don't normally wear dark lips like this, but I thought I would give it a try, and I really do like it. As you can see, they're super pigmented. They apply really, really evenly. They're really creamy. They smell like watermelon, so they smell amazing. And the packaging is amazing. And for like an everyday neutral colour, which everyone needs, I have number 26 Nude Cream, or Nude Creme, however you want to pronounce it, which is really, really close to MAC's Cream Cut. Yeah, so this, like paired with the NYX Butter Gloss, would be a perfect everyday lip combination. So probably my favourite brand for brushes from the drugstore would have to be Real Techniques. These are probably my favourite brushes that I've tried from them. So I have the stippling brush, which I use for blush on my cheeks. It really disperses the colour nicely, evens it out, doesn't apply too much product. And you can also use the stippling brushes for cream products as well. My favourite brush to apply my foundation would be the Real Techniques buffing brush. It's really nicely densely packed, and it's kind of thinner, and it just is the perfect size for your face. It blends out foundation flawlessly. I also really love the Real Techniques buffing brush. I use this, you can use this for foundation. I prefer a denser brush for foundation, like the Expert Face brush. But you can also, or what I like to use this for is bronzer. It fits really, really nicely in there for bronzer, and it blends it out really, really nicely because it is a bit fluffier. My neighbour decided to start pressure cleaning, so sorry if you can hear that. The other brush I really like from Real Techniques is their, base shadow brush. I really like this for putting colour in my crease. It's really nice and fluffy, so it kind of blends it out at the same time as putting the colour in your crease. And I haven't had any shedding or any problem with them, and I've had them for quite a while now. The other thing I love from Real Techniques, which is one of my holy grail things that I definitely recommend picking it up, is the Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge. Mine's a little dirty because I did use it today, but honestly I barely even use brushes to do my foundation anymore. That's how much I love this. It just blends it out seamlessly. If you put on too much product, it takes away the extra product, and it just looks so natural. Like, it blends out so nicely with barely any effort. I really like that it's got a flat edge for doing like the whole face, and then it's got a pointy tip to really get in like around the eyes and around the nose. So those are all of my product recommendations for someone that is starting out with makeup. Yeah, the best thing is to just experiment, try out new things. That's how you're gonna learn what you like, what you don't like. If you have any recommendations for someone starting out with makeup, you can leave them in the comments below. Give this video a thumbs up, and also I'm thinking of doing a tutorial on this look. This is very out of my comfort zone, not a normal look that I would do, so I was thinking of maybe doing a tutorial or something. Perfect for Australia since it is winter right now. So if you want to see that, let me know. Give this video a thumbs up if you want to see this look, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!